On May 7th, the Pima County Board of Supervisors will vote on whether or not to accept Stone Garden dollars. Sheriff Mark Napier was a vocal critic of the board's decision to reject the grant last year. He's also outspoken about border-related issues. Earlier this week, he described a crisis at the border before the House Subcommittee on Homeland Security. In our studios, we discussed his testimony and got his thoughts on the possible return of Operation Stone Garden funding.
Well, I think that the sheriffs have been back in Washington, D.C., and we've got a big voice back there. And one of the things that the sheriffs have said to our federal partners is, look, we need to look at Stone Garden in a broader context. We can't simply use it just for overtime and equipment. And I think they've heard us. So there is now a provision that allows for us to request reimbursement for humanitarian aid and also indirect cost, which I completely support because it's one of the things the sheriffs have been asking for.
You've not had Stone Garden funding for about 6 months now. How has that impacted your department?
Well, I have an affirmative responsibility to maintain public safety in our county. So what we've been doing is deploying resources very much like Stone Garden, but on an overtime basis. So it's being paid by the taxpayers of Pima County as opposed to federal dollars. Where it really hurts me is the equipment money because I don't have a funding stream to buy the equipment that I otherwise would buy with federal funding. So that's troubling because I'd most certainly would rather spend federal money when they're essentially begging me to take it to buy much needed public safety equipment than to pay with taxpayer dollars.
Has that at all hampered your relationship with federal law enforcement in this region?
No, we maintain a very good relationship with our federal partners, and that's not something for people to have trepidation about. We stay in our respective lanes. My lane is public safety in Pima County. The federal partner's lane is immigration enforcement. And sometimes those lanes come close together, but I don't adopt their responsibilities and I don't expect them to adopt mine. So we have a great relationship, but the part that's strained is I submit grant request, and there's a lot of work that goes into that, both with us submitting it and then the review process that goes all the way to Washington, D.C. and comes back down. So they're saying, well, Sheriff, we don't want to do this if it's just going to be not approved. Nobody has time to do this as kind of an academic exercise. And so that has strained our relationship a little bit.
You, this week in Washington, you mentioned that you have seen record seizures of meth and heroin, and I know that you have an interdiction unit that's dedicated to this. What is their intelligence telling them about why this area is such a hot spot right now?
Well, we're vulnerable, and this has always been a major corridor, whether it was marijuana 20 years ago, and now it's methamphetamine, fentanyl, heroin, and cocaine. So we've always been a major drug trafficking corridor here in Pima County because we're the largest border county. Our connection to I-19, I-10, and then up to I-8 through the Tono Autumn Reservation has always made us vulnerable to narcotics trafficking. So the fact that it exists is not new, but these are unprecedented amounts. Very alarming when you're talking about seizures of, 50 pounds of heroin and methamphetamine and 13,000 fentanyl pills. We know those are coming from across the border. And we also know they're not destined for consumption just in Pima County. This is a national problem. So what we don't interdict here goes to Ohio and causes overdoses and all kinds of collateral public safety damage throughout the nation.
We recently saw footage of armed men transporting a woman and child across the border here in this region. That's alarming to you?
What's alarming on many fronts, obviously the potential for violence, violent confrontation between law enforcement and these very heavily armed traffickers is a cause of concern. But what surprised me is that no one asked, I wonder what relationship that woman had to have 5 armed people escorting her and an 8-year-old child. What agreements did she make? What compromises did she make? How did that come about? I mean, we should all be going, there's something fundamentally wrong here. And when we speak about the narcotics crisis, one of the things I'm struck by is I've been in law enforcement since 1981. My deputies now carry medicine on their person, Narcan, in the hope of just saving some overdose lives. If that doesn't bespeak of a crisis, I don't know how to caption it better than that.
You're saying all these issues intertwine themselves.
Yeah, I wish there was a simple solution. Washington, D.C. and media have become sound bites. There isn't a soundbite solution to this. There's not a silver bullet that if we do this one thing, everything will be fixed. What we need is a bipartisan effort, and that almost seems like a cliche, but I believe in this country, and I think that we need to stop being partisan. This is not a partisan issue, and let's sit down and figure this out. As I said in D.C. on Tuesday, my fear is that 30 years from now, a sheriff will be sitting before Congress and saying we should do something. Time to do something is now.
Okay, Sheriff Napier, thank you.
Thank you.